श्री प्रिय भगवान की जय। Manava dira dira chal gaganagara charanare bai. Manava dira dira chal gaganagara charanare bai. Hazar bahattar anadya chale lambi lambi kai. Sahasra kosha gaganaki paravaha parhera gurai. Hazar bahattar nadya chale lambi lambi kai. Sahasra kosha gaganaki paravaha parhera gurai. Manava dira dira chal gaganagara charanare bai.
Dipnaram Bhagwan Ki Jai, Om Sri Deva Purisha Mahadeva Ki Jai.
Sada Shivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mannatha Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Salutations to the Cosmic Self. Salutations to Srila Purja Siddhapit Parampara. My Danut Pranams to our beloved Gurudev, His Holiness Vishwaguru Mahamandaleshwar Maheshwaranand Puriji. Om Namo Narayan to Mahamandaleshwar Swami Vivek Puriji Maharaj. Om Namo Narayan to all the sannyasis present here. And Hari Om, and good evening to all of you and those who are watching through Swamiji TV. This is beautiful background music which we get. In Yoga Nidra, we have beautiful stereo speakers also going on. What are those? Those are distractions. But we do not get distracted by those. We stay in what we are doing, continue what we are doing. Distractions are always going to be around. That's good. You see, something happens and you come up with a new topic. Distractions, life is full of distractions. Every day something new comes up which we did not expect. Expectations, that's why we should not expect. With every word we can have a new satsang. That's good. Power of satsang. We all know the power of satsang, we all feel the power of satsang. We all live with the power of satsang. As we know, satsang and kusanga. This we are talking about a lot. But we embody satsang. Satsang does not need to be only the gathering which we have here. Satsang is the gathering of truth. The people who are in the same frequency, those people who know and understand each other, we can feel and understand each other, then that is satsang. When there is talk of truth, any company of truth, that is satsang. So at home, if we are sitting as a family, having positive talks, that is also satsang, that is not a kusanga. And do you know what we get by doing satsanga? Santosh. What is santosh? Contentment. We are happy and satisfied with what we have. And that we get from satsang. We understand the meaning of santosha in satsang. Because we are always going to see and feel that we need more and more and more. Doesn't matter how much we have, we will still want more. Because that is our human nature. Our human nature will always want more. We are never satisfied, we are never content. But if we get content, if we become happy, if we become content, if we become happy, then our being, our soul, everything becomes in peace. Because we are happy and content with what we have. But no, we are never going to be happy. Why? Because the neighbor's grass is always going to be greener. But there's a slight problem there. The neighbor's grass will be greener, but we don't know how much pesticides have been used. So it's better that we use and be happy with our grass, which is patchy, which is not perfect, but at least it's without chemicals, without pesticides. Neighbor's grass always will be greener, but this, but that, there is always buts. Our life is without buts, is not possible. Everything there is a but. Why do we put buts? Because we are not satisfied. If we are satisfied, there will be no necessity of using buts. But life is not perfect. And that's why we have Guru Bhakti, that's why we have Guru Kripa, that's why we have satsangs to make life perfect. Life is seeming imperfect, but it is perfect. Because as we were talking in the morning, the life is the greatest gift by God, by the nature that we got. So we use it in a good way, not in a bad way. That is the power of santosha and satsanga. But to balance everything, what do we need? Yoga, yes, very good. But dharma, artha, kama and moksha, that is part of this. It's all the rivers which are leading to the same ocean. But before balancing, we need to come to sattva. I just gave a name to someone, Sattva Puri. So, sattva. There are three gunas: tamas, rajas, and sattva. Then finally, when we are past those, then we go to turiya, which is realizing. But first, we all have all these qualities. Tamas, I think we all have. We are very lazy, sleeping, laziness. But why does laziness come? Because we eat too much. There's this 5, in the one shloka it is telling the 5 rules or the 5 ways of living for the students. How many of you remember it from Strilki or from webcast? Very good. Kaka cheshta vako dhyanam shwana nindra tatheva cha alpahari grahatyagi vidyarthi pancha lakshanam. In one way or another way, we all are students. We all every day learn something new in our life. Kaka cheshta, determination of a crow. You all know that story where there was a vase in the middle of nowhere and there was water, but it was only filled half. And it had a very narrow opening. But the crow wanted to drink water. He could have gone to another pond, flew a little bit more and found something else. But no, the determination of a crow that he went and picked up one by one stone, pebble, this, that, and finally brought the level of the water higher that he could drink. Bhako dhyanam, the dhyana, the concentration of a crane. Not the crane which Yogaji uses in Om Ashram, but the bird crane, which stands on one leg and concentrates on its prey, the fish. It won't look here, there, it is just concentrating on that water. And suddenly when that fish will come, it will grab it. So the concentration of a crane. Shwananindra. I don't know about European dogs, but Indian dogs who are on the streets, they're very alert. In general, the nature of the dog is to be very alert. But we love and pamper them too much, and too much tamas comes, and then your dogs become sleepy. But the true nature of dog is alertness. They're very alert. If anyone walks by, it will jump. So the alertness of the dog should be in the students. Kaka cheshta bhako dhyanam shwananindra tatevacha alpahari. That's why Niranjan Puri always tells us in Anushthan to be alpahari, to eat less for lunch. Every time I invite him for meals, I need to invite him for dinners, because he doesn't want to eat lunches. Why? Because alpahari. Eating less, not because, again comes this santosha. Because we are not going to be satisfied. We get lasagna, we get creme shnite, we get burek, we get this, we get that, and our tongue will say we want more, we want more, we want more. But that is not our stomach. That is our tongue and our eyes which is telling us we want more, we want more. And we take this much and then I remember when I was younger, my eyes were saying, I want more, and I took more. And Swamiji made me sit, doesn't matter, 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours until I did not clean up that plate. I still don't finish it completely, but that's a different topic. But that is where Santosha comes. We should be satisfied with what we need, not what we want. We will want always. Our life is full of wanting more and more and more. But when we have as much as needed, that is best. So alpahari, because it brings tamas, we eat more and more, we will fall asleep in class, in anushthan, in satsang, anywhere. That is why alpahari. And grahatyagi means not leaving home permanently, but for students, because the parents, the families, they give so much love and pamper that the kids become spoiled. That's why Gurudev was telling all of you when I was younger, you are spoiling him, don't give him chocolates. Remember those days? Yes. Yeah, okay. Now you can bring chocolates, but I don't eat chocolates anymore. I mean, I do, but not so much. Yes. Now I give them to spoiled next generation. I call it bribing, because you all are very stable. You know, in crypto we have stable coins and we have unstable coins. So you all are those stable coins who are stabilized by Gurudev. But the younger generation, they can go up and down. So to keep them around, that they come in next seminars and next satsangs, I bribe them with chocolates. So whatever chocolates come, it will be further. Smile more, be happy, it is satsang. So, alpahari grahatyagi. Leaving home doesn't mean leaving home permanently, but that we can focus more on our studies. We are sent to gurukuls. Nowadays it's boarding schools, boarding hostels. At that time it was gurukuls. Why? That we can be more focused on studies, and finally when after 4 months, 5 months, 6 months of studying, we come for vacation home, and then you get full pampering, full love, and then you go back. And that is why it used to work. But tamas, then comes rajas. Rajas guna is also somewhere within all of us, where we don't need, but we have the feeling of needing to brag, to show off, to say, oh, I have this, I have that, and this and that all comes in rajas. But sattva is when we are eating sattvic food, when we are living sattvic life, where we are in peace more, and where we feel that we are satisfied with things. And that's why we come to ashrams, that's why we come to these places where we can be in sattva. But finally when we overcome everything, then we go to turiya, when we realize and become one, turiya state which we all want. And when deep meditation and these, then finally we might see some glimpses of turiya. But to balance all of these, then comes dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But in this modern Kali Yuga, we first put kama, then we put artha, then if we have some time here and there, then maybe dharma comes. But it should be opposite. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. First we realize dharma. We all have our individual dharmas, we were talking about dharma already, swadharma and paradharma. When we go further from swadharma and start doing dharma towards others, dharmo rakshati rakshata. If we protect dharma, dharma will protect you. When we, again, everything cycles back to everything. When we are satisfied with everything, then everything is good. Contentment, santosha, dharma, arth, kama and moksha. Kama is not bad. Desires, these things are not bad, but if you know where the boundaries of dharma is. When dharma allows you, enjoy. When dharma doesn't allow you, don't enjoy. So when there is boundaries of dharma, kama is also okay. artha, where to spend the artha? In positive projects, in good things, not in parties, but when you bring and use it in some good project for the future, for your parents, for seva, for donation, for helping others, that arth will be fruitful. But when artha is spent in negative aspects, in kusanga, then that is also not good. And finally, we all want to gain or attain moksha. Why? Because we were talking about the cycle of death and birth. And finally, when we align and balance all these three aspects, then finally, maybe, by the grace and by the kripa of Gurudev, we may attain moksha. But moksha is only possible when we are guided by the Guru. We can read as much as we want, we can do whatever we want, we can we can go through YouTube videos how to attain moksha, and we won't. For that you need a true Sadgurudev. Without a Gurudev, none of these things are possible. Satsang is like a Wi-Fi. But most of the time, what do? We get auto-connected to the wrong Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, you go to some Wi-Fi and then the Wi-Fi just connects you to the wrong one. But when we connect to the right Wi-Fi, it automatically downloads everything. What does it download? Peace. It downloads happiness. It downloads positivity. It downloads all good things. But instead of connecting to Shanti 5G, we connect to Maya 4G. Maya 4G might be quicker in not many senses, but faster to connect. But when we connect to Shanti 5G, then we are more in peace. So whenever you are connecting to some Wi-Fi, look in which one you are getting connected to. Because we need peace. Not only peace amongst each other, not only peace around us, not only world peace, but inner peace. And inner peace we will get by satsanga, by doing our mantra, by following Guru Vakya. Guru Agya Avicharaniya, which means try not to find logics behind what he says, but do it. Once upon a time, there was a king. And the king was named Arjuna. And the king was obviously Rajsik. Raja means king. So, the quality of the king. He had Rajas Gun. He was doing everything for himself. The Raja is there for the Praja. Praja means his people, not for himself. But when the Rajasic aspect is very high, then everything is spent in that way. We think that we are the best. No one is better than us. Don't worry, Arjun, it's a fictional story. But I know that your head is making it now real, but okay. So when it is, all the Rajasic gunas are there, then he had everything. But when a billionaire is asked, how are you? He says, I have everything, but I don't have peace. But even when a poor person is asked, how are you? And he eats very less, very poor, but still he might have more peace than that king. So in the same kingdom, there lived a villager. And he had very less. But he was much more in peace. So the king, the great King Arjuna, met him and he said, how can you be so satisfied and so much in peace? Because I have Santosha. Santosh was the name of his wife. Santosh was contentment. He was satisfied and happy with what he had. He said, the king was thinking overnight and he said, what should I do to test him. He brought one bag with 99 gold coins and gave those 99 coins to that poor guy. He went home and he and his wife Santosha started counting those coins. And they got stuck at 99. No, we did a mistake, let's count it again. Again they counted, again they reached the 99. And all that peace was gone down the drain. Because now came one more. He needed one more. Why? Because Santosha was gone. Because he wanted more. He worked harder, he did absolutely everything just for that one more gold coin. And then finally they met one guru and he said, what is the problem? He knew both of them. So when he came to the village, he said, what's with you? You were in full peace and contentment and suddenly now you look much more restless. You look completely out of yourself. Yes, because the king gave me 99 coins and I need one more. He says, no, you don't need one more, you wanted one more. With those 99 coins you could have done a lot. But no, same as our life. That 99 we have, but we will always be running after that one. But this one is like that spider web. Doesn't matter how much you want to run away or to it, you will get more and more stuck in it. Don't run away with it. Be happy with that 99. Many won't even have that 99. And we all have that 99. Be happy with that 199. But to realize and to understand this chakra of 99 coins, he needed a guru. So then Guru said, both of you guys come with me to the ashram and live there. One has everything but doesn't have peace. One has nothing but has peace, but that peace is gone because of the other one. So both of you come to the ashram. So they both came to the ashram. The farmer was very lazy. He had nothing. So he said, I will sleep. What else to do? The king in the morning, 4 o'clock, when he heard the bells, I will conquer the bell, which means I will conquer it. Every day I will work on it and I will continue my sleep and battle with this bell. The Guru said, the bell is not something to conquer on. Something to conquer on is to conquer on the 5 enemies which is inside of you. And the other farmer, he was lazy, he was full of tamas. He continued his sleep. But slowly, when you be in the presence of Guru, even when the farmer was sleeping there in satsangs, Gurudev said, at least you are sleeping in good company. When you are sleeping in bad company, then many other things. But when you are sleeping in good company, at least something is good. So sleep, no problem. That's why, when we fall asleep between bhajans and we fall asleep it happened a lot to me when I was younger. Whenever Swamiji sleeps, well, not Swamiji sleeps, Swamiji talks, I go to sleep. But now I can't because now I am speaking, so I can't sleep anymore. Why? Because the words are so soothing and sweet that you can fall asleep to it. But when you don't fall asleep and you understand every single word and you live it, then it becomes the best. But even if we are sleeping in satsangs, no problem. At least you are sleeping not here, you are sleeping here, not in the bar. So no problem. That's still good. Something good. Others, you had too many drinks and you fall asleep there in the bar, not good. But all of you have Viveka, so you are sitting here in satsanga, so no problem. But finally, after slowly training both of them in different aspects, giving them little work here, little work there, the Guru made them into sattvic people. And after they became and have sattvic gunas within them, they found peace. So when the king went back, he was ruling the kingdom in peace. And that is why we need a guru to bring us from sattvic guna, from rajasic guna to sattvic. That's why we have, sometimes in Jadan, you come and we are famous for our khichadis. One day you have kadi khichdi, other day you have dal and chapati. Then second day you have again kadi and khichdi, then again this. Yes, I know it's boring. That's why you go to the opposite to the ashram, you have a good restaurant. And why do we go there? Because that restaurant is called Guru Kripa. Because it's opened by Gurudev. No, I'm joking. You stay in the ashram, but that food may be tasting very bland and tasting like food for sick people, but still it has the sattvic gunas inside. If the restaurant food is tastier but cooked with that sattvic gunas, that food is also okay. But it depends on how it is cooked. Here, if Dada and the team is cooking lasagna and it's cooked by sattvic food, very good, because it is bhava. It's with which bhava it's cooked. Sometimes it's heavy, but it's tasty. And if it's cooked by love, very good. If it's cooked by anger, not so good. Because we eat the food which is cooked, and with which bhava it is cooked, that is important. So it doesn't matter what you eat sattvic. Swasti prajabhyam paripalantam nyayena margena mahin mahisha gaubrahmanebhyo shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadgurudev Bhagavan ki jai. I was talking 6 weeks now, we need to listen to him more. Sorry if I confused you too much. Still, eat sattvic, eat bland food also, but eat also good food. But important is with which bhava it is made. Don't forget the bhava part. Eat whatever you want, but eat sattvic. And if you are confused, no problem. We will unconfuse you tomorrow. Sometimes I also am confused, don't worry.
Mehi janu rakhu khai bakanu vachana lage sa mehi janu vachana pyara lage sa mehi janu.
Jaga mitya sapane ki maya,
Jaga mitya sapane ki maya,
Muraka ishame barama bolaya,
Muraka ishame barama bulaya.
Menahi sikomanu, menahi sikomanu, bachana valagesa,
Mehi janu,
bachana pyara lagesa,
mehi janu.
Bachana vala lage sa nahi janu. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Nahi janu rakho kahi bakano. Nahi janu rakho kahi bakano. Bachana vyala lage sa nahi janu. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Raju sarpaju parama bolana.
Raju sarpaju barama bulana.
Nara nari jo naraka cholana.
Nari naraka chulana.
Misachi bata bakanu. Misachi bata bakanu. Bachana vala lage sa nahi janu. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Nahi janu rakho kahi bakano.
Nahi janu
Rakho kahi bakano. Bachana vala lage sa nahi janu. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Bachana chora ko koi ni tirano.
Bachana chora ko hoye tirano.
Laka chora se me batakata firano. Laka chora se me batakata firano. Yoga ve santa sujanu. Yoga ve santa sujanu. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Nahi janu rakho kahi bakano. Nahi janu rakho kahi bakano. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Sataguru Sayam Deva Purisa.
Sataguru Sayaba Deva Purisa.
Para Brahma Purushottama Isha.
Para Brahma Purushottama Isha.
Sri Swami Dipakasmanu. Swami Dipakaye Satamanu. Bachana vala lage sa nahi janu. Bachana pyara lage sa nahi janu. Nahi janu rakho kahi bakano.
Nahi janu darshana pyara lage sabhe janu.
Shri Swayam Bhagwan
Ki jai.
And sisters, it is nice to be here. Really, today I was walking a little around, and I was realize again these so nice trees of platana. And I remember that Swamiji said so many times that is the most beauteous temple on the earth, when you are sitting under the trees and you have a satsang. Really, temple is not important. The bricks is not important. Houses is not important. Nothing on that is not important. The nature and that blessing what we got, that we sit with Vishwa Guruji on satsang under the trees, that was a blessing. And satsang, we all the time talk about satsang. And you know that satsang is completely change, purify our whole energy. Just to sit on the satsang, but also be aware on the satsang is very important. And you know what Vishwa Guruji so many times said. There is two kinds of the spoon. One spoon is a metal spoon, and one is the wooden spoon. And if you put both spoons in the honey, and after few weeks, you took metal spoon, little wash and try, you will feel the metal. And if you took the wooden spoon and nicely wash many times and put on the mouth and little chew, immediately you will feel the taste of the honey. That is important to know which quality we need to have. We need to be wooden spoon. We need to come on the satsang. Maybe we don't understand anything, but we come in that abhamandal. We come in that energy. And that energy will change us. And because of that, we said that satsang make from stupid person wise person. Not only what you are listen on the satsang, what you are learn on the satsang, but each sentence on the satsang may change your life. But it is also important that we are in that kind of energy. Because when we are a long time in the good positive energy, spiritual energy, our complete being will change. And we will slowly, slowly become a holy. We will become spoon which is in this honey, but we are not metal spoon, we are wooden spoon. That is how we should go to the satsang, and what we try in our life to change ourselves. That atmosphere, that energy of Gurudev change us. It is not important talks. Now I was in India 2 weeks, and I had great luck, blessing to be a lot of time with the Guruji, with Swamiji. And just like in the bhajan, when I see, when our hands touch, what you need more in your life. That is important to have. But when we talk about this, I also tried to remember myself 40-something years ago. I tried to remember my first, second seminars. And what I am telling now, and I imagine myself in that time, sometimes I will say, this man is crazy. This old man is crazy, because in that time I had 16 years. And what Avatar Puriji said about food, in that time always was less food. When you have 16 years, always is plate too small, and you want more. And nobody think about alpahari when you have 16 years, yeah? Now is alpahari essential to survive. Not because of meditation, but to survive life. But we change. And sometimes, if you are not on the beginning, time is not important. But age is not important. But period of the life, because we are all the time in different stage, different period of the life. But it's not meaning that somebody is higher or lower. Don't think about this. Everybody is exactly on the place what is now for us. One very famous Hungarian philosopher, modern philosopher, not old, but modern, said that man can spit far. How he spit? What means we always said, oh, I'm sorry, I can do more. No, we can't do more. We are doing now exactly what we are able to do. Because of our laziness, because of our stupidity, because of I don't know what. But that is now our limitation. But don't be satisfied with this. All the time we need to, like this crow, want to get this water. And for that we need to work. And it is, we are talking about bhakti. We are talking about all this nice that we are completely bow down to the Guru. But try to remember yourself on the beginning. When Swamiji was talking about reincarnation, after that lecture, I came to Swamiji and said, Swamiji, everything is okay, 16 years. But I don't believe in this. And he told to me, excellent. Only on that way you will grow. And I was more in the, not in the shock, but what is now? Everybody talk about believing, and Swamiji tell to me, excellent, only on that way when you are not believe, you will grow. Many years after I realized that we need this scientific way of thinking. What means, because we are talking all the time that yoga is the science. And in the science, you don't believe. In the science, you have proof. You try to make experiment, and you have confidence in your Gurudev, in some other things, and you practice. And very soon you will get a result. And when you have a result, that is unshakable. Belief is possible to shake. With what we talk in the morning, with some sentence, with some thoughts, blackmailing. And very soon we are believing in the God. But some illness comes. How is possible that I got this illness? I am spiritual, I am practice yoga, I am vegetarian, etc., etc., etc. And now I got a cancer. How is possible? And our beliefs start to shake. Okay, now start, yes, that is the karma, etc., etc. It is very, very easy to be shaken. Look, these people are not good, eating meat, killing people, but they are healthy. Yes, start all this. And never judge such kind of thinking. Never judge that somebody don't have trust and belief. That is the normal. And we grow, we practice. Only it's important to stay on the path and practice every day. Not too much. If you are too much practicing, you know what is also said, too much practicing or no practicing is also not good. But practice regularly, every day practice. And if you have a problem, what usually Swamiji said, okay, just, I remember this picture what Swamiji said. If you have problem and you want to quit, no problem. Just sit in the corner and be in the peace. And continue. I remember once, I was in Rayat's seminar. It was my first summer seminar, 2 weeks, in Serbia. And after seminar, I was completely finished with yoga. I must be open. And we must talk about this. It was 40 years ago, and now I am still on yoga. But we need to say this openly. We are here family. And like on the meeting of support group, we need to talk even about these things. Because you never know what will be tomorrow. What will happen to us. Never think I am. No. Be always very, very careful. Be careful what you talk, I will ever do this. I know so many people who said, I will dedicate my life to building this and that, and after a few months disappear. That is the life. And because of that, be aware of this. And we need to talk about this. And what happened to me? I was completely finished with yoga, and I said, now it's finished. I came back to Zagreb, and I was fighting with my mother to put picture on the wall. For some of you, was no problem. But for us, was a problem to put a picture on the wall. And I fight, and finally I get right to put picture in my room of Swamiji, Mahaprabhuji. And how now I will put down? Yes, it's very easy. Very easy. I can't do this. And that week, without doing anything, was make that I again continue with practice and everything. And don't bring a decision quick. You need some time. You need to sit. And they said, if you make decision through your emotion, very soon you will suffer. And with the 16, 17 years, with the beginning of yoga, for me, that was completely nonsense. But now I know that everything what we start with the emotion, very soon will be problem. We need emotion. We need that bhav, but modern technology make a lot of problem. Before, if you want to write the letter to somebody and to write some ugly letter, you need to sit to write a letter, read again, put in the envelope, and maybe tomorrow put in the box, office, this post office box. But till tomorrow, you overthink through the night. Your emotion come down. And you said, that is stupid. Yes, you remember that time, old time, before, yes. And nowadays, immediately we respond. And click, oh, cow dung, yeah? It's too late. That is problem. And because of that, we learn from Vishwa Guruji so many times. What is also hard for me, manan. Overthink, little think more. Not immediately respond, but wait tomorrow morning. And for all our problems, what is possible to come to you? When we talk about bhakti and everything, it is hard. It is not easy. Also, it's not in our Western tradition, that way of the bhakti. Everybody will say that is the fanatism and that you are stupid. But you need to understand this, you need to feel this, and also you need to take care about this, like about a very gentle plant. And that gentle plant will, in some decade, become a big tree. And that big tree will give a shadow, not only for you, but also for others. But you need to take care about this. And never judge other people, oh, he don't or she don't have bhakti. Maybe that behavior, what we are not recognize, is maybe more bhakti than some other emotional. And we need to understand that really satsang, and through satsang we will change our energy, we will take care about that very gentle plant, and in the end we will have a big tree. But also be aware that even a big tree, that so big tree in the Strilki ashram, is possible to be destroyed with a little creature. And that is the gossiping, that is the blackmailing, that is the kusang. And to be safe against kusang, because people who are kusangi, who are not satsangi, who are making such stories are very sweet. That people are, I don't know how is on Hindi, our Puriji will know, but Swamiji often said, from the mouth is coming honey, but under armpit is the knife. You know that. Swamiji said so many times this. That kind of people are so nice, smiley, so honey words, but in the end they will make injury. And you know what Mahaprabhuji said, that injury from the knife will heal, but injury from the words will not heal. And we will carry that injury through whole life. And because of that, it's also important to understand, to be aware about our shadow. All this stuff what we are pushing down, and we want to run away from this. And just put the light. Because how you will make that shadow disappear? How you will make that darkness in the room disappear? Not with the fighting, not with the opening the window and go out. No, just we need to switch on the light. Put the light on this. And light is the knowledge, light is the wisdom, light is awareness. And only with this we are able to change. And that light of knowledge, light of this divine knowledge, we gain from satsang, we will get from teaching of Guru, and that is very, very important for our spiritual life. And do not judge others. They don't have bhakti, they are not so developed, they are just practitioners. No. You never know what is in these people. Maybe more bhakti than in our emotional showing. And be careful, be on the satsang, try to avoid kusang, try to avoid gossiping. Not because it's God will punish you. God will not punish you. You will punish yourself. You will punish yourself with the whole night. I don't have 100 coins, I have only 99. God is not punishing you, but you will punish yourself. And we are experts in the making hell from our life. Because of that, avoid gossiping, avoid kusang. Not because you want to be, I don't want to hear. No, you must know. You know what happens in the Second World War when people was not want to have information. They finish in the gas chamber. You must know, but not gossiping. That is very important, and for that you need Viveka to realize what is the true, what is the not true. And for all of this, you need your practice, you need satsang, you need to listen Swamiji's lectures. Thanks God, we have so much beautiful lectures on the video. Try to, on your weekly satsang, try to listen Swamiji's lecture. Also try to listen old lecture. You will find inside precious stones. And I know because I want to tell you through my experience, not through theory. When I listen some old lecture, I saw myself on the video, but I hear first time this video. And that is Svadhyaya. When you said, I read already all Swamiji's book. I saw all lecture. I was on that satsang. I know all of this. And he talk all the time same. That is the virus. That is meaning that you are stuck. But when you every time listen Guru Gita, you read all the time same book, but you found inside all the time something new. That is Svadhyaya. That means that you, through your practice, you are understanding more. And you are not going in the circle. You are not like in the old age we said broken records. Once Sushila from Zagreb told me that on the work she said, oh, that is the 100 kilometers per hour. Because in previous time, when you said that something is excellent, we said stonasat, 100 kilometers. And the new generation people ask, you means good or bad? And she realized. And when you have broken records, it means that all the time you're on the same. Tok, tok, tok. No, that means that is the broke record. But if you practice, if you develop, you are like a spiral. And you are listening the same lecture. You see the same video, same book. But all the time something new come. When you have such experience, that is experience that you are develop, that you are growing in your spiritual path. And because of that, really try to read. You know a story from Dev Puriji when one Maharaja or I don't know who was so proud about a lot of books and showed to Dev Puriji, look, that is my library. What Dev Puriji do? All book in the garden and put fire. And remain only few books. And he said, that books is okay for Svadhyaya. And we got this. We got from Vishwaguruji that chakra book, Hidden Power in Human, Kundalini. That book is our also Svadhyaya book. And really, on the beginning, yes, okay, I know all these petals and etc. But you will go with each reading deeper and deeper. And that is very important. All the time try to study and to find something new. And you will see that is the universe. And all the time you are able to find something new. If you think that asana is boring, yes, it's completely true. It is not so much asanas. And because of that, people from America and other New Age groups said, when you're at such a level, you will invent some new asanas. That is stupid. That will be some stretching something, but not asana. But if you practice asanas, and you are aware and you are practicing with all 5 koshas, First with the Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, to understand what is the Pranamaya Kosha, what is the Nadis. That is the completely new territory. And all the time you have something to found new. And never said that I know all of this and that is the boring and I need to go somewhere else to find something new. No. That is showing that you are not practicing. When you are practicing, you will find in the system, yoga and daily life, that something what is not only for one life. That is maybe each level is for few lives. Plus Kundalini. That is another topic. Because of that, Svadhyaya. Sridipna Bhagavana ki jai. Sri Alak Puriji Siddha Pit Parampara ki jai. Thank you.
Shall we? Okay, okay. Himanare. De ez még ez nem az, a következő lesz, jó? Oké, majd akkor. Oké. Om Buli Siddhipnaram Ki Jai Sri Siddheva Purisa Bhagavadeva Purisa Mahadeva Ki Jai Manare Sattaguru Mahima Manare Sattaguru Mahima Jan Rishi Muni Avatara Valiya Rishi Muni Avatara Valiya Gave Veda Puran Gave Veda Puran Emanare Sattaguru Mahima Jan Emanare Gyani Guru Mahima Jan Sri Sattaguru makahe abhaya pada parasya nahi ana nahi jan nahi ana nahi jan manare satguru mahima jan manare gyani guru mahima jan Rishi Muni avatara baliya Rishi Muni avatara baliya Gavele Veda Puran Gavele Veda Puran Manare Satguru Mahima Jan Manare Gyani Guru Mahima Jan Om Bole Sandeep Narayan Bhagwan Ki Jai Sri Sideva Purisa Mahadeva Ki Jai This Hamara Satyu, the text you got in the WhatsApp group support. WhatsApp group.
Here you clap and then you. I can't even hear the claps. More energy, please.
Yes, we need your help.
Om Bole Sandeep Narayan Bhagwan
Ki Jai.
Vishwaguru Ji Praman Swami Maheshwarananda Ji Gurudeva
Ki
Ki
Jai.
Jai Avatar Puri Ji Maharaj
Ki Jai.
Hare Sada Shri Vishwaguru Ji
किस बात की चिंता हमारे साथ श्री विश्व गुरु जी को किस बात की चिंता शरण में रख दिया जब मात तो किस बात की चिंता शरण में रख दिया जब मात तो किस बात की चिंता क्या करते हो तुम दिन रात क्यों बिना बात विश्वगुरु महामंडलेश्वर परमहंस स्वामी श्री महेश्वरानंद पुरी जी गुरुदेव की जय। ओम शलोकपुर जी महादेव की जय। देवादिदेव देवेश्वर महादेव की जय। सुदीप नारायण भगवान की जय। हिंदू धर्म सम्राट परमहंस स्वामी श्री माधवानंदपुरी जी सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय। विश्वगुरु महामंडलेश्वर परमहंस स्वामी श्री महेश्वरानंदपुरी जी गुरुदेव की जय। ओम जय गुरुदेव निरंजन दीनहितकारी ओ स्वामी
Chalapada Baba Nana
Hari Hari Om Jaya 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 Gurudev Devi Devataya Saba Guru Murati Dhari Swami Guru Murati Dhari Kaharaya Veda Purana Kaharaya Santa Sujana Guru Mahima Bani Hari Om Jaya 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 Gurudev Yagya Horadana
Vanada Bahubati Kina Swami Bahubati Kina Vina Guru Gyana na hove Vina Prabhu Gyana na hove Bataka Bataka Rena Hari Om Jaya 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 Gurudev Maya Samsara Balave Baba Sagar Bari O Swami Baba Sagar Bari Sata Sangha Jana Chalakara Sata Sangha Nana Chalakara Guru Palamedhyari Hari Om Jaya 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 Gurudev Monana Bhanta Chale Kali Yuga Me Rupa Visara Jave O Swami Rupa Visara Jave Sabako Guru Samajavata Sabako Prabhuji Samajavata Adama Vatalave Hari Om Jaya 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 Gurudev Dana Mana Dana Yala Pana Kara Guru Seva Pao Swami Guru Seva Pao Ata Jora Yala Ji Karo Ata Jora Bina Ji Karo Charano Messiya Namo Hari Om Jaya 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 Gurudev Ananda Darshave O Swami Ananda
Darsha Vesridipa Bhushatana Manase Sridipa Dayalu Nija Manase Guru Arati Gave Hari Om Jaya 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 Guru Dev Siddhi Padayale Kripale Maha Prabhu Aprakola Jehamariye Siddhi Padayale Kripale Maha Shivaya Prakola Jehamariye Dinanata Yanata Kenata Prapuji Brahmayavatariye Dinanata Yanata Kenata Prapuji Brahmayavatariye Siddhi Padayale Kripale Maha Prabhu Aprakola Jehamariye Vyapaka Vishvachara Charame Hari Chetana Jyote Tumariye Prabhu Vyapaka Vishvachara Charame Hari Chetana Jyote Tumariye Prabhu Nirguna Se Surguna Bhana Aya Bhaktana Kehitakariye Siddhi Padayale Kripale Maha Prabhu Aprakola Jehamariye Aapki Sharana Me Aaye Pare Hamadur Balada Sadhukyariye Prabhu Aapki Sharana Me Aaye Pare Hamadur Balada Sadhukyariye Prabhu Najara Niharo Pare Yutaro Abakabira Davichariye Siddhi Padayale Kripale Maha Prabhu Aprakola Jehamariye Apvina Kone Hamare Na Atahe Jinako Jaye Pukariye Prabhu Apvina Kone Hamare Na Atahe Jinako Jaye Pukariye Prabhu Jane Kunjana Pami Abho Nitya Chetana Nirakariye Siddhi Padayale Kripale Maha Prabhu Aprakola Jehamariye Papiyane Ko Ageyu Bharya Abke Meri Bhaiye Prabhu Papiyane Ko Ageyu Bharya Abke Meri Bhaiye Prabhu Mujapala Mere Karo Mere Data Mangata Vika Yariye Siddhi Padayale Kripale Maha Prabhu Aprakola Jehamariye Siri Pujadi Padayala Daya Karo Apakanam Sukakariye Prabhu Siri Pujadi Padayala Daya Karo Apakanam Sukakariye Madhava Nanda Ji Apake Charana Kamala Barihariye Prabhu Kahe Madhava Nanda Ji Apake Charana Kamala Barihariye Siddhi Padayale Kripale Maha Prabhu Vyakola Chekamariye. Om Namaste Sri Gurudeva Purisha Dayalam Nijanandaya Nandamaya Kealam Sharira Maya Kandam Harirupa Vjase Atita Manadi Nirakaro Base Agama Joni Apalalitam Svarupam Shushudam Sada Yogi Jatam Namo Sarvavyapi Gunatita Deva Prabhudipa Divjo Sada Charana Seva Vigana Harana Mangala Karana Dharana Parasa Bharapan Parvati Nandana Mo Sridipa Sharadharadyan Jaya Jaya Deva Dayal Shiva Karnan Sumangalamu Sridipa Gyana Vairagya Mata Sadara Hoanukum Vando Charana Gurudeva Ke Srideva Purisha Shukudai Yoga Yogati Jai Samriti Prabhujani Balvarvai Timira Gaya Uditaravi Bhare Gyana Ujjal Sridipa Prabhu Shavevinati Sunajyoti Nadayal Namo Namo Gurudeva Ji Koti Koti Palanam Palaka Palaka Prabhu Vinati Sukasargarni Janam Namaliya Sabaubare Ananda Hotayapar Apsata Guru Me Shishyahu Apma Pranadar Paramahansa Gurudeva Ji Tina Loka Kedev Surnara Muni Sabasanta Jana Nityoka Karta Sev Sataguru Samhadanahi Sabajaga Mangalahar Kiya Raja Kiya Badasham Sabikara Hedvar Rama Krishna Se Konabare Usne Bi Guru Kin Tina Loka Ke Nata He Sataguru Ke Adin Sataguru Purana Brahma He Jove Sur Naravad Nugnani Jajane Nahi Yoga Yuga Litat Yehtava Vishwa Ki Belali Guramrita Ki Kan Shishdiye Sataguru Mile Tobi Sastajan Guru Murati Mukta Chandrama Seva Kane Nachakor Ashtapahar Nirakatarahu Guru Charana Kamala Kiyor Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Shaksha Parabrahma Tatsme Sri Guruve Namaha Dhyala Mulang Guru Murati Puja Mulang Guru Padam Mantra Mulang Guru Vakya Moksha Mulang Guru Kripa Om Dibjoti Parabrahma Dipam Sarve Mohanam Dipam Sajate Sarvam Sandhyam Dipam Sarav Satyam Om Namo Prabhudipam Niyasi Api Brahma Api Vishnu Apu Kailash Kevasi Apo Narade Apo Sharade Apo Se Sukrasi Apo Dhyani Apo Gyani Apo Yog Prakashi Apo Dev Sabdevi Apo Sur Prakashi Apo Brahma Nirvani Apo Charu Kevasi Apo Vedo Ke Gyata Apo Bhaktur Vasi Apo Satanam Ke Data Apo Nitsvarupa Ke Gyatam Om Namo Prabhudi Pranama Brahmananda Nurvasi Bole Siddhipna Bhagavana Ki Jai Sri Deveshwar Mahadeva Ki Jai Dharam Samyat Paramhansi Swami Madhavananda Ji Bhagavana Ki Jai Vishwa Guru Mahamandaleshwar Paramhansi Swami Maheshwaranand Purji Gurudeva Ki Jai Satsanatan Dharma Ki Jai Arti Ananda Ki Jai Rishi Muni Mahatmo Ki Jai Sri Alak Purji Bhagavana Ki Jai
Shri Swami Avatar Puri Ji Maharaj ki jai.
Mahamandal Shri Swami Vivek Puri Ji Maharaj ki jai.
Om Namah Narayana. Hari Om. Om Namah.
For prasad, rest everyone will get prasad there. Tomorrow we will do prayer a little bit earlier that you all can come prasad here.
Bolai Sri Deep Narayan Bhagwan
Ana
ki.
ki jai.
Tumma sabake dina dayala araja sunnameri Shiva tumma sabake dina dayala araja sunnameri Kya bhula gaye Shiva panijanandaleri Kya bhula gaye Shiva panijanandaleri Tumma sabake dina dayala jasunameri Shiva tumma sabake dina dayala jasunameri Ya bhula gaye Shiva panijanandaleri Ya bhula gaye Shiva panijanandaleri Tumma bhaktana ke pratipala abaho bhari Shiva tumma bhaktana ke pratipala abaho bhari Prabhu me sharanagata teri nanda avatari Prabhu me sharanagata teri nanda avatari Tumma sabake dina dayala jasunameri Shiva tumma sabake dina dayala jasunameri Kya bhula gaye Shiva panijanandaleri Kya bhula gaye Shiva
Those going can also come.
Tumma saro sabake kacho chuka kya meri Tumma saro sabake kacho chuka kya meri Ya bhula gaye dina nata lagai deri Ya bhula gaye dina nata lagai deri Tumma sabake dina dayala jasunameri Shiva tumma sabake dina dayala jasunameri Ya bhula gaye Shiva panijanandaleri Ya bhula gaye Shiva panijanandaleri Bale Dunnadhari
Shri Deva Purusha Mahadeva Bale Dunnadhari
Bale Dunnadhari
Shri Swami Deva Jasa Sharana Balihari Shri Swami Deva Jasa Sharana Balihari Sabke Dina Dayalaya Raja Sunna Meri Shiva
Sabke Dina
Dayalaya Raja Sunna Meri Raja Sunna Meri Kya bola gaye Shiva Apani Jananda Leri Kya bola gaye Shiva Apani Jananda Leri
Bole Sri Deep Narayan Bhagwan ki
Jai.
Deva Purusha Mahadeva ki Jai.
Jai.
Hariom, dear friends. There is an announcement from the kitchen side. There is a request from kitchen helpers that please, when you are eating your breakfast or lunch or dinner, when you finished your eating, then please return your tray or mug as soon as possible back to the kitchen so that they can wash it and they can finish their work sooner so that they can start to prepare for the next meal. Because it is very nice to talk with each other while eating